Yo, what's going on, guys? It's G Miners here. The API officially updated, so we can now see every role and every available perk for the King's Fall weapons. So in this video, I'm going to go through and go over all the god rolls or craftable perks that you should be going for. And I'm not going to lie, some of these weapons, especially the primaries, are pretty nice. Starting with Zaoulis Bane, aka the hand cannon, or however the hell you pronounce that. I haven't gotten this yet, so sorry for not having some background gameplay with it. This is going to be a solar 140 RPM, so definitely the best case scenario for PvE. In the first column, the most notable perk is going to be explosive payload. There are some other options, but nothing I would say is worth running over explosive payload. And then in the final column, there's going to be a ton of pretty solid options. First is going to be Incandescent if you want that crazy ignition-based build with the weapon. After that is going to be Firefly, which I will probably be going for because you get a similar effect to Incandescent while also getting the Outlaw-like reload. And then third is going to be Demolitionist for some grenade builds. Surrounded could also be really solid here, but in general, hand cannons are used a bit further back, so not sure if that would come into play as much. Overall, I think this will be like having a really strong energy Fatebringer. Up next is Smite of Merain, which is the pulse rifle. This is an adaptive frame, which should feel really solid. In the first slot, the two main perks you're going to want are going to be Demolitionist and then Stats for All. The rolls here feel very similar to Insidious. In the second slot, you have a lot of solid options as well. Adrenaline Junkie is going to be solid for nade builds. Vorpal is always a good option against champions. And then One for All is going to pair super well with Stats for All. But I think, once again, I'm going to opt for Firefly, which is the first time we're getting this perk on a pulse rifle to my knowledge. Demo Firefly is going to be the best role for most players. Doom of Chelchis is the final primary weapon, which is a Void Scout. First column, we have Explosive Payload, Vorpal, and then shockingly Dragonfly. I don't know how Dragonfly is going to play on a Scout. Depends on how often you hit your headshots and if you use it against tanky enemies. And then in the final column, we have Frenzy and Dragonfly. Stats for All, One for All is also a role, but I tend to like that more on full auto weapons. Firefly and Dragonfly could be a really cool combo if they pair well together. I have an Explosive Payload and Frenzy role, which is also great, and then Firefly and Frenzy might also be really solid. Defiance of Yasmin is a kinetic adaptive frame sniper. This rolls in the first column with Ensemble and Lead from Gold, and then in the second, we have Firing Line and Vorpal Weapon. This looks like a really solid option. Not sure why Demo and Firefly are on here. I don't think most players tend to use snipers for ad clear, but this also looks like it will be really solid in PvP. The role I will most likely craft will be Ensemble and Firing Line because they will pair super well together, and then Lead from Gold and Vorpal will be another role just for solo play and ammo economy. Midha's Reckoning is a high impact arc fusion. Not a huge fan of high impacts, but the roles are decent. In the first column, we have Field Prep, Backup Plan, and Unrelenting. And then in the second column, there is Surrounded, Successful Warm-Up, Vorpal, and Reservoir Burst. Unrelenting and Reservoir will definitely be my top role just for some solid ad clear and healing. And then after that, I'll probably also go for a Field Prep and Vorpal role if fusions ever become meta again for damage. Lastly, we have Quillims Terminus, which is a stasis high impact frame LMG. The first column seems to be super disappointing. We have nothing that really stands out other than maybe Unrelenting and Stats for All. Unrelenting on LMGs with really slow reload is pretty mid though. And then after that, we have Headstone, Firefly, and Killing Tally. Killing Tally is still in the nerf state, and with a 44 base mag, you will lose the bonus damage pretty often. Firefly and Unrelenting might actually pair really well together, and then Stats for All and Headstone could be really strong, especially with stasis turret builds on Warlock. The Origin perk is really strong too, which overflows the mag when reloading near allies. The more allies, the more ammo overflows. It seems like at 5 stacks, you get around 40 to 60% more ammo. Super short video just so that you guys could see the roles and know what would be good for PvE. The primaries all look like some of the best raid weapons we have ever gotten, so I will definitely be crafting those first. Let me know what roles you are going for and what you want craftable right away. That's all for this video, guys. As always, have a good one. Peace.